A meeting with foreign customers would take place in a conference room of AVIC International Beijing Company Limited. The government of a certain country was planning to purchase 6 oil tankers with total value of $1.8 billion for the purpose of expanding its oil export. With only $700 million on hand, this customer had no other choice but to borrow loans. However, its loan application was turned down by banks as ordinary trading companies are not authorized to guarantee such big amount of loan. Finally, this problem was solved very soon under the help of AVIC International Beijing, which is a state-owned enterprise of China. Once the contract was signed, every department of AVIC International Beijing was running efficiently in a well-organized process. October 1st, 2009 was the 60th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. During the military parade, a formation of domestically developed J-10 fighter jets is flying over the Tiananmen Square. The third-generation fighter jets of China have drawn broad attention and interest of many countries in the world. In fact, since 1980s, AVIC International, the parent company of AVIC International Beijing, has been on the mission of exporting, on behalf of the country and the government, military aircrafts. In the past several decades, it has exported thousands of Chinese aircrafts of various models to the countries from Africa, Middle East, South Asia, and Southeast Asia. In 1992, AVIC International Beijing was established by AVIC International to deal with the trade of civil products. All the governments and militaries of those countries chose AVIC International Beijing as their preferred client. From military products to civil products, AVIC International Beijing has taken the first step. In Beijing, tourists from all over the world like touring hutongs of Beijing on a rickshaw, a kind of convenient and environmentally friendly tricycle, which was the first item exported to Africa by AVIC International Beijing. After more than 20 years, the advertisements of such kind of tricycles still could be spotted everywhere in Tanzania. From the exportation of rickshaws to Africa and the first Liberation brand truck's entrance into Africa, the spectrum of exporting items has been broadened. Nowadays, AVIC International Beijing is focusing on the ship business and electromechanical EPC business, besides the original import and export of aerotechnology equipment and other high-tech products. The scene in the picture took place in the remote Kenya. In 2005, the Ministry of State for Defense of Kenya decided to call for a bid for 400 military vehicles and sent invitation for bids to Mercedes-Benz, Renault, Russia, Great Britain and Spain, and AVIC International Beijing. Eventually, the Ministry of State for Defense of Kenya chose the vehicle of AVIC International Beijing. During the road test, the military vehicle of Mercedes got trapped in deep water. This picture of a Chinese military vehicle towing a German military vehicle was spread all over the world via the internet. The oil tankers ordered by the customer of a certain country will be built in the shipyard of AVIC International Beijing. From designing to building, the comprehensive operation mode could guarantee the quality of the products and the biggest interest of customers. In 1994, AVIC International Beijing started to conduct export of civil ships and invested in Weihai Shipyard Company Limited and established Taizhou Shipbuilding Company Limited, which has broadened the business from merely trading to manufacturing industry. During the past 16 years, the company has cooperated with 18 countries and exported over 100 vessels of various kinds. At present, AVIC International Beijing Company Limited could provide its customers with a series of ships from 10,000 to 200,000 tons class. This achievement successfully built a capital operation platform for the ship business, which laid the foundation to becoming the forefront of both China and the world's ship industry. In more than 30 countries all over the world, staff of AVIC International Beijing provides their customers AVIC International Beijing no longer pursues mere export of products. It has forged a complete industry chain, including links from designing to purchasing equipment, from installation and adjustment to operation management, from raw material purchase to product sales, out of which the customers have got the most optimized and convenient service. AVIC International Beijing has built up 7 cement production lines in Vietnam, Thailand, Kenya, and other countries, all of which are operated under this mode. On February 23, 2011, AVIC International Beijing invested 45 million euros to hold 20% equity of KHD Humboldt Wiedag International AG, becoming the largest shareholder of this company. KHD is a global leader for cement plant technology, equipment and services with over 150 years of experience in the cement industry, which is listed on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. The two companies are going to make a bilateral cooperation to enter into a substantive stage. AVIC International Beijing will present more and better Chinese brands to the world.
Kính
chào quý vị, thay mặt công ty Catic Hoa Kỳ, tôi rất hân hạnh thực vụ quý vị.
Bonjour, je suis un employé de Catic Beijing. Je suis très heureux de vous servir.
Konnichiwa, こちらはCatic Pekingです。
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Михаил Сял. Я руководитель проекта из компании Catic Peking. Я очень рад с вами познакомиться и надеюсь на дальнейшее сотрудничество с вами.
Hello, we are from Catic.
We are glad to work with you.
السلام عليكم. أنا موظف من شركة كاتيك المحدودة ببكين وأنا سعيد جدا بخدمتكم.
Hola, soy empleada de Catic Beijing.
Once ships are launched into the water, they will have no way to retreat and will be accompanied by the sea for their lifetime and sail around the world ever since.
Dear friends, welcome to China and welcome to Catic Beijing Company. 2,100 years ago, our ancestors, via the Silk Road, brought China's silk, China's wealth and tea to the outside world. Trade has already bound us close to each other. Today, in spite of the big change, in the world trade. The sincerity and honesty inherited from our ancestors will never change.